How do you do, Professor Van Dorn?
What can I do for you, sir?
Well, my name is Stanfield. I'm an electrical engineer, and I have something here that...
Not the son of Stanley Stanfield, who owned the Tribune, whose
death a week ago was caused by business worries. Yes. Yes, he was my father.
Your father once did me a great favor. Come in and sit down, won't you?
Thank you.
Now then, what can I do for you, son?
Professor Van Dorn, I've come to you for advice about an electrical invention I've been working on.
I'm always interested in anything electrical.
May I show you my blueprint?
Yes.
Let me explain, Professor. This is something very unusual. You find it interesting?
Yes, I do. You say your invention is not complete.
Well, no. You see, it creates one effect that must be eliminated.
Oh. And you hope that
you will recognize the effect I want destroyed and suggest a means of doing so.
You have great faith in my ability.
Professor Van Dorn, you're the world's greatest authority on the power of electrical energy, how to control it and direct it.
You flatter me.
Well, your article on the disposition of the atoms in space, and the osmotic pressure of dissolved substances proves you're a great chemist.
I accept the task.
Thank you.
Of course, you realize that this will cost considerable.
Yes, I do. And I hope to dispose of some very valuable bonds. Well, thank you again, sir. And goodbye.
Goodbye.
She'll be all right, officer.
Oh, that's fine. All right, come on, move on, everybody. Go, Block.
Well, that was a close one, miss.
Yes. Thanks for saving me.
May I take you home?
If you'll be so kind, I feel quite shaken up.
Come on.
My office is in the Tribune building. I can get out here.
Tribune building? I'll take you there.
Afraid I might fall down again?
That was Wade Barnett in that town car. Why did he stare at you? Do you know him?
Why, everybody knows Mr. Barnett, don't you?
Unfortunately, I do. My name is Stanfield. You probably heard of me. I've had a lot of unpleasant publicity about the fight between Wade Barnett and my father.
Oh, Stanley Stanfield. I've heard Mr. McDonald speak of you.
McDonald?
He's my new boss.
Oh.
I was very much interested in the battle between Stanfield and Barnett.
Were you? May I ask why?
Because Wade Barnett is my father.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm sorry.
Sorry you helped Wade Barnett's daughter, is that it? Well, I don't blame you. You see, Father and I are, well, sort of enemies, too.
Enemies? You mean that...
That I don't approve of his methods of business. My sympathy was all with your father.
Well, thank you, Miss Barnett.
Gloria Grant. Grant was my mother's name. Using it saves me answering embarrassing questions. Please don't tell anyone. Mr. McDonald knows me only as Miss Grant.
Well, your secret's safe with me, Miss Grant.
Thanks.
Oh, Mr. Cadwell is expecting you, Mr. Barnett. Go right in, please.
Thank you. How are you, Cadwell?
This is a great honor, Mr. Barnett. Have a chair.
My business was of a nature that I couldn't discuss over the phone.
Yes?
Those bonds young Stanfield offered to sell you, well, I want them.
You shall have them.
At my price.
Well, that may be difficult. Stanfield is holding them pretty high.
Cadwell, I don't have to tell you why. But you're going to get those bonds for me and at my price.
If it's humanly possible.
Send for Stanfield. Tell him to bring the bonds here and don't let him leave this office until you have them.
How do you do? My name is Stanfield. I'd like to see Mr. Cadwell.
Was he expecting you?
Well, no, not definitely. He told me to come and see him when I changed my mind about some bonds I had.
I see. Just a moment.
Tell him to wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
Stanfield is here with the bonds.
Here? Tell him to come in.
But your presence here.
We'll get over the fact that I want those bonds. And young Stanfield, better than anyone else, knows that what I want, I get.
I'm afraid Stanfield is one man you can't intimidate.
No? I'll handle him. He hasn't had time to forget what happened to his father for opposing me.
Tell Mr. Stanfield to come in.
Yes, sir, right away. You may go in, Mr. Stanfield.
Thank you.
Oh, I beg your pardon, Miss Cadwell. I thought you were alone.
That's perfectly all right, Mr. Stanfield. You know Mr. Barnett?
I can hardly forget the man that caused my father's death.
Stanfield, your father was a fool. I gave him a chance to cut in with me and make a fortune. And he...
Exposed you to the world for what you are.
Why, you...
Keep out of my way, Barnett. I'm warning you. As for you and your methods of...
Dorgan, you and Kent guard that door. Get police headquarters, miss.
Police headquarters, quickly.
You've got a pretty tight hold on that gun, haven't you? You'll swing for this, Stanfield.
Hey, don't try to frame me, Barnett. You know very well the gun went off in the struggle.
Oh, yeah? Try and convince the police of that fact. There are 4 witnesses in this room who saw the gun in your hand after the shot. Quick, after him! Use my car. Take him to the pines. Get some water.
I'm not seriously hurt. That bullet plowed through my shoulder.
Well, I phoned my doctor. He'll be here in a few minutes. Here, take a little of this.
Where's Stanfield?
Oh, he got away. If we could have held him here until the police arrived, we'd have been sitting pretty. Now we've got to keep this away from the police and out of the papers.
I'm sorry.
Hey, where the devil are you going?
What's wrong? Professor, I had to come here. I had no place else to go. I've been framed, accused of murder. The police are after me. They're on my trail right now. I've got to hide.
Well, I can't hide you. There's no place here to hide.
That door leads to...
Workshop and closet. They'd be sure to search them.
This window?
That leads into the court surrounded by 4 walls.
Wait a minute.
Why, it's my invisible ray. But how could you build it in such a short time?
Our invisible ray. I also have been working on it for years. Your blueprint supplied something mine lacked. Have you faith in its operation?
Well, of course I have. All except the shadow.
Never mind the shadow. Put it on. Quick.
Where's the fellow that was in that car?
He went inside.
You see? Everything according to your blueprints.
Yes, I know, but what about the shadow?
Never mind the shadow. It will help. Stand over there.
Here they come.
Open up in there. Come on.
Operate. Quick. What do you mean breaking into my office in this way?
We want Stanfield. Where is he?
Stanfield? How should I know? Why should he come here?
Don't stall. The only other 2 offices in this building are empty, so he must be here. Did he go out that window?
No one went out that window. Look. That's him. Get him.
He must be on the roof. He's on the roof. How'd he get there?
There's a fire escape out in the alley.
The janitor gave us a runaround. He didn't come into this place at all.
And by the time we get on the roof...
Come on, we'll get that murderer.
It worked, Stanfield. It worked. No greater test is needed.
We've created the greatest, the most far-reaching invention of the age.
Its effects will be revolutionary. But tell me, my friend, what happened? Why were those men following you?
Oh, yes, I'd almost forgotten. I'm a fugitive.
A fugitive from what?
Well, you see, it was like this. When I went to see Cadwell, the broker, about those bonds.
Not a trace of anybody on the roof.
Stay here and watch the alley. I'll blow the horn if I want you. Higgins, watch his car in the front of the building. I'm phoning Burnett.
So I'll have to keep undercover until I have a chance to clear myself.
That will be difficult. Everyone knows that your father exposed Barnett and his crowd through his paper, The Tribune.
Yes, but everyone doesn't know that Barnett and his men broke my father mentally and financially and caused his death.
Barnett and his associates are a menace to the country.
But with the vanishing ray, we could learn all their secrets and expose them.
You're right. We can work together. My lab at the beach is a most secluded and excellent place for you to hide.
Good.
Come. I've a car in the garage in the rear of this building.
If you don't mind, I'd like to call Miss Grant. Before we go, tell her what's happened and where I'm going.
Miss Grant, a woman. And you can trust her?
Of course I can, implicitly.
All right, Dorgan. Keep a close watch on that building.
There's something phony about the whole business. Shadows don't come from nothing, you know.
I'm sending you Stroud and Badger. Have Higgins come back with my car.
Don't worry. I'll keep a sharp lookout.
Uh-huh. Well, I want to thank you, Miss Grant, for your faith in me. And I certainly appreciate your offer to keep me posted. All right. Goodbye. Well, I think I'd better go on alone.
You sure you can find it?
Yes, I think I can. And, you'd better follow me in your car.
Perhaps that would be better.
All right, Higgins. Report back to the old man. Turn the car around park. We'll watch from there.
Oh, but there's one thing I want to insist upon. If I'm seen by those crooks and they try to get me, you stay out of them. And don't call the police. Because they may be looking for me.
Oh, I understand. All right, you go ahead. I'll follow.
There he is now. Barnett is right. Van Dorn is helping him.
Let's pick him up.
No. Let him get away from the front of that building. Step on it. Canfield beats that train to crossing, it'll cut us off. step on it. If Stanfield beats that train at the crossing, it'll cut us off. Can't explain this to the cop. Let's get out of here.
That's my partner's car. He was surely killed.
Yeah, it looks like that to me. Let's look over there for it.
Stanley.
I'm badly hurt, Van Dorn. Get me to a doctor, quick.
Give me your name and address. I'll explain this to the train crew and see you fellas about this later.
My card.
Okay. On your way. Stanfield's sure tough to survive that smash-up. Well, we gotta get him. Snap into it.
Get that doctor, Van Dorn. Let's go on to your beach place.
But you're badly hurt.
I was just tricked to fool that cop.
That cop evidently frightened away those crooks.
I'll bet they didn't go very far.
There's a car speeding up on us. I'll hold left.
Getting away from us.
Marvelous.
Well, you lost them.
Yes, but we haven't lost your bonds. They're right here in my pocket. Well, what do you think of the place?
Say, this is a wonderful hideout. And just the place for our scientific experiments.
And the advantage is that nobody knows of this secluded spot. Neither the law nor Barnett can find you here until we are ready to meet that trumped-up murder charge.
Oh, that's fine. I don't know how I'll ever be able to repay you.
You have already repaid me. If it hadn't been for your part in our plans, the vanishing ray wouldn't have been possible.
Professor, you're too kind.
Come inside. We'll look it over.
trace, huh? Stanfield outsmarted you. Well, find him. And bend on. Men don't vanish into thin air. And I don't want any more cock and bull stories about any vanishing shadow. Yeah?
There's a young lady to see you, sir.
What's her name?
She wouldn't say, sir.
Wouldn't say. Send her away.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Tell her to come in.
Yes, sir. Will you come this way, miss?
Would you be seated? So, Miss Gloria Grant, huh? It has taken you 10 years to come to your senses and recognize your father. The poison of hatred instilled into you by your mother must have...
We'll leave Mother's name out of this, please. I'm not making a social call, Father.
Oh, still reluctant to acknowledge the relationship, huh? What brings you here? An interview for your paper, the Tribune, I suppose.
My business concerns a young man.
The young man I saw you with 2 days ago?
Stanley Stanfield.
Yeah, well, the police will take care of him.
Mr. Cadwell is here, sir. He says it's very important.
Cadwell? Alive?
Tell him to wait.
Yes, sir.
Well, since you have important business, Father, I'll run alone.
Just a minute. What did you come here for?
I got what I came for.
Listen, Gloria. If you interfere with my plans, I forget you're my daughter and...
Use the same methods with me you used with my mother?
Oh, Miss Barnett,
Get inside. Who's downstairs?
Badger and Kent, sir.
Tell them to follow that young lady and give me a full report at once.
Very good, sir. Listen, Badger. There's a young lady coming down at the elevator. Yellow dress, fair hair, checkered tie, brown shoes.
Cadwell, we'll have to forget about Stanfield's bonds and everything else and concentrate on getting his Tribune stock so that I'll be prepared to vote it within 10 days in order to get control of the paper. The board of directors...
Yes, I know. If we don't find Stanfield, I could fix you up some proxies. Of course, you'd be taking a pretty big risk.
Here she comes.
Even with the stuff in your possession, you'd have to figure a way to get Stanfield's signature.
Well, forget about the proxies. Find Stanfield. I know how to get his signature.
But, Mr. Barnett, you wouldn't...
Find him, I tell you. Put every available man on the job.
Now... let's put on your coat. The conductor is showing.
Now, what do we do with it?
Well, we'll tuck it in here. We can adjust it later. There. Now you could walk into any room and...
Be conspicuous by my absence. Well, let's try it out. See what it looks like. What about the shadow?
Move down the room. No, it still shows.
Eliminating the shadow is merely a question of getting the right wavelength.
Yes. And once we have that completed...
we'll have the power in our hands to break Wade Barnett and that whole gang.
we'll be present at every secret meeting they hold.
And with the Tribune behind us, we can bring every one of those men within reach of the law.
The law? You and I will be the law. Judge, jury... and executioner.
What next?
We got to make a full report. Barnett thinks she knows where Stanfield is. Let's go.
Surfside, 711. This is Miss Grant. May I speak with Mr. Stanfield, please?
Stanfield? It's Miss Grant. Oh, are you sure you can trust her?
Oh, absolutely. Besides, she'll have important news for me. Hello, Miss Grant.
Oh, Mr. Stanfield, I have glorious news for you. Mr. Cadwell was not killed with that shot. He is alive. I saw him less than an hour ago at Mr. Barnett's office.
Cadwell's alive. Alive? Then it was a trick to get your Tribune stopped.
Wait a minute. Well, that's certainly great news, Miss Grant. Well, now that I know the police aren't after me, I'll come right over and see you. We can take a little walk and talk things over.
Well, you're safe from the law, but remember, your enemies are outside the law. Better not come in daylight. Wait until evening. That's fine. See you at 8 tonight.
Hide somewhere and watch this place. While I phone Barnett.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm cleared. Miss Grant said she saw Cadwell alive in Barnett's office less than an hour ago.
In Barnett's office? What was she doing there?
Well, I don't know. Well, Professor, surely you don't suspect her.
Oh, no. I just wondered. I was about to demonstrate my destroying ray. Now, you see that flower? It lives, breathes, just like other living things.
Why, it's completely destroyed.
You see, the pot remains. My destroying ray attacks only living cells. Now, if a man had stood there...
Professor, why do you use a brain, an intellect like yours, to invent agencies of destruction?
Ah, but think what it would mean to an army. Our army. It would save while it destroyed.
I know, but why don't you think of...
You were about to see Miss Grant. Take this along, and if you should meet your enemies, they're at your mercy.
Oh, no, thanks, Professor. I know what it is to be wanted for murder. But explain it to me.
Gladly.
You learn where Stanfield is hiding?
No, but I learned Stanfield will be at that girl's house, 8 o'clock tonight.
All right, kid. You stay where you are. I'm sending Dorgan to meet you. Stanfield will be at that girl's house at 8 o'clock tonight.
Who is the lady?
Never mind. But don't forget, she is not to be harmed. You'll take a woman with you and...
I can't understand why you insist on going with me.
Because I need you. I don't want you to fall into a trap.
All right, let's go.
While you are starting the car, I'll lock this up.
That's a good idea. That's much too dangerous to be lying around. Well, don't be long.
Hello, honey. Is this where Mr. Jones lives? No, you've made a mistake.
No mistake, miss. We've got business with your friend Stanfield. If you don't mind, we'll just wait.
And the quieter you keep, the better it'll be for both you and Stanfield.
Operator, give me the police. Operator!
The phone's not working, miss. We took care of that.
If it's Mr. Stanfield you want, he isn't here.
But he will be.
And we're willing to wait. Take her over there.
Come on.
Put out some of these lights, Kent.
Come on in, Mr. Stanfield.
We've been waiting for you, Stanfield.
A trap. I was afraid of that.
Get in there where we can look you over. Now, you better come along quietly, Stanfield.
Well, you have the best of us. I guess
All we can do is go.
Look out! Get a hold of it now! Hold the old fellow! I'll burn you. Burn you to a cinder.
Help me, Dorgan. This devil's trying to kill me with this infernal machine. Turn it off, Van Dorn. You'll destroy us all. Stop it, Van Dorn.
Burn you to a cinder.
Help me, Dorgan. This devil's trying to kill me with this infernal machine. Get it off, Van Dorn. You'll destroy us all. Look out for that ray.
Stanfield, I'll burn them to crisp.
Here we are. This ray destroys any living thing it touches. Watch it. I'd call the police, Gloria.
They've cut the wires. I'll phone from the next house.
Okay, I'll hold them.
Turn on your destroying ray now if you want to.
Back out of the door. Come
Get out of the way, Gloria.
Take them at the word and burn them up. Gloria Grant is one of them. She led you into this trap.
No, Stanley!
What's wrong? Get up. Hold on. Hold on.
They cut the ignition. I'm going to call the police.
No. You and I have got to handle this. Now, here's exactly what we've got to do. All right, now contact. The shadow is still there. We must find some means of eliminating it.
Oh, we can't worry about the shadow now. I've got to find out where they've hidden Gloria Grant. I guess the only way I can do that is to go to her father's office.
Her father?
Yes.
You know him?
Wade Barnett is her father.
Wade Barnett, her father. And you trust her?
Yes, I do. I know the girl's sincere. The one object in her life is to reform her father.
Oh,
Oh, don't worry, Professor. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. And I'll phone you the moment I find out where she is.
if you live long enough.
Where'd you put the girl?
In the prison room on the first floor, Mr. Barnett.
She hasn't been hurt.
No, sir. We treat her like the Queen of Sheba.
Here's your breakfast.
Wait here.
Yes.
Never mind locking it. I'm going in. You wait here.
I suppose I have you to thank for my imprisonment.
Yes, and I intend you here until you come to your senses.
Father, you can't dominate me as you did my mother. I'm of legal age and the law will...
The law? I am my own law. You should have learned that from your mother when she taught you to hate me.
I don't hate you. But I do hate your methods in the crooked gang you control.
Enough of that. There's one thing you've got to do. Help me find Stanley Stanfield.
And let you hound him to his grave as you did his father? Never.
Now listen, Gloria.
Father, you seem to forget that I'm a businesswoman. I must phone the Tribune that I'm going to be late.
No. All right. I'll do that. Bring a telephone.
Yes, sir. The phone, Mr. Barnett.
All right. That'll do. you don't mind. Broadway, 1992.
Very truly yours, McDonald. City Editor, Tribune. Hello? McDonald speaking.
Miss Grant is unavoidably detained from the office.
Very well.
Now, Gloria, if you will help me find young Stanfield, I give you my word he shall not be injured.
Provided he agrees to sell you his Tribune shares, which will give you control of the paper.
Exactly.
And if I refuse?
Then I shall treat with him the same as I have with others who tried to stand in my way. Think it over.
Operator, give me... Sorry to disappoint you, Father.
You stand guard here until I return. If Stanfield learns where the girl is, he'll come here.
If he brings that destroying ray with him, he won't find me here.
All right, take me to the office, quick. Has Cadwell arrived yet, Denny?
Yes, sir, and Dorgan's with him.
How are you, Cadwell?
Good morning, Barnett. What happened?
I tried to trick her into phoning Stanfield, but she didn't fall for it.
How long do you think you can hold her?
I'll keep her at the Pines until I can make her talk.
You better send a couple more men down there. Now, if Stanfield finds she's at the Pines, he'll
I'll have Dorgan go down at once with Stroud and Badger. Get out to the Pine store as quick as you can and see that you're not followed.
Leave it to me. I'll take the hill road through the new cutoff they're building.
Now, Cadwell, what have you done about Tribune shares?
There are none for sale. And unless you get control of Stanfield's block within 9 days...
Yes, the Pines on Delmar Highway. I'm starting at once.
All right. I'll be close by if you need me.
Uh-huh. Okay, fine.
Hey, how did you get through? This road is closed. We're blasting.
Move that barrier. We're on special business for Wade Barnett.
Barnett, eh? Well, why didn't you say so? All right, boys, open it up. Go ahead. If you don't come back this way, you might find yourself blow to kingdom come.
Oh, yeah?
Why the reinforcements? Can't I stand guard on one dame? Burnett's worried. Stanfield's the only guy that ever got his goat.
So how much money would it be worth for you to forget to lock that door?
Listen, sister, you don't know Wade Barnett. People who work for him don't forget anything.
Don't be frightened, Gloria. It's the invisible ray that Professor Van Dorn and I have been working on.
But how
there's no time to explain. We've got to get you out of here.
There's something screwy about that house. I saw a ghost or something.
And that's how it works. Now, they'll never discover me. So you get to the car and don't stop for anything.
All right, Stanley.
I tell you, all I could see was a shadow, the shadow of a man.
Ah, Sal, you're crazy. You don't know Maybe she isn't so crazy. We chased the shadow once. Come on, we'll take a look. There's the girl. Now get her, boys. Come on.
Come on, now.
Something hit me, and I was tripped, I tell you. Look! Let's go.
Come on.
That's the second time that plunger failed today.
All right, touch her off with a fuse, Mike.
Okay.
Back to work, men.
They've taken the closed road.
Are we losing them, Stanley?
Step on it, Gloria. Right through it. It's trapped. ought to be Stanfield's finish.
Yeah, and it'll be ours if that girl's hurt. Remember Barnett's orders about her.
There she goes. Hey, what's the meaning of this? You said you worked for Wade Barnett.
I do. That pair just robbed Barnett and made a clean getaway.
All right, get back to work, boy. Get back to work. There you go.
Hey, Dorgan, come here.
Back to work, boys.
They won't get far. Look, their gas tank's ripped. Now we've got them. Come on. Go on.
Well, I suppose it's all right. Wade Barnett and his outfit run this county.
Looks like it.
Something's wrong.
Pull off the road. Look and see if your father's men are following us.
Looks like they made a getaway.
Judging from the gas along the road, they can't get much farther. Keep going.
They're coming.
Oh, the gas tank's smashed.
Oh, you have on the Vanishing Ray. You can escape. They're father's men. They won't hurt me.
But then they'll make you a prisoner again. Oh, wait. I have a better idea. Now get this on as quickly as you can.
I have it on all right.
Now stand by the car, let them see you, then duck into the bushes. When you're out of sight, press these 3 buttons, and then you'll disappear. Now, do you understand exactly what you have to do?
Yes, I do. Hurry, please.
All right. I'll be waiting down the road.
Where is she?
Gone.
Gone? She couldn't be. We were just 2 jumps behind her.
I don't like this, Dorgan. There's some devilry going on. People don't disappear.
Don't be a fool, Kent. She's somewhere around here. We'll find her. You watch the car, Badger.
Oh.
Nice work, Gloria.
We certainly left them back there guessing.
All right, let her go. Step on it.
What happened? Where's the car? What'd you shoot at?
The car just went by itself. Nobody in it.
You're either drunk or crazy, Badger.
All right. Whatever's in that car is the same thing that cracked you in the jaw.
Well, we won't talk about it. We'll bore a car from that road gang down there. Come on.
Stopping here for, Stanley?
Professor Van Dorn's cabin.
Van Dorn? He won't let me in. He thinks I'm aiding Father in his attempt to get your Tribune stock.
Well, you'll be in before he knows it. Change seats with me and use the vanishing ray. This is an electrical key. Watch the gate.
I'm glad to see you back safe, Stanfield. Where'd you get the car?
Belongs to Barnett's crowd. What do you think of it? I had to take it. They put yours out of commission.
Oh.
Well, I'll send back for it.
And the girl? You found that she is working with those men?
Oh, no. On the contrary, I found that she's everything that
she is working with her father, Barnett, just as I said.
The vanishing ray! Somebody has stolen it.
Wait, Gloria! Wait, Gloria.
Release the brake, please. I don't intend to be insulted.
Don't go like that. The professor didn't mean all that. Van Dorn.
Miss Grant, I'm sorry, but there's nothing in the world I fear as much as women.
You have no reason to fear me, Professor. I'm not dangerous.
All women are dangerous.
But they're not all treacherous.
Perhaps you're right. And since Stansfield vouches for you, won't you accept my apologies? Come inside, please.
Cadwell, we've got to get hold of either Stanfield's or McDonald's Tribune stock somehow. They have enough voting stock to control the coming board meeting.
McDonald refuses to consider any offer for his stock until he has seen Stanfield and has his consent.
Well, we've got to prevent their meeting. Well, what now? Have you located Stanfield?
He's taken the girl from the Pines and gone.
How? There were 4 of you guarding the house.
I don't know how. Some sort of black magic.
Black magic? Rot. This isn't the Middle Ages. It's the 20th century.
All right, listen to what happened.
I think I'd better meet McDonald. Arrange to pool his stock with mine in order to get control of the paper.
I can make the appointment for you. Mr. McDonald, you know, is my boss.
Well, that's fine. While you're doing that, I'll take the stock in some safe place in town.
The vault in my city office is impenetrable. Nobody could open that. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless he happened to possess this little device.
And what is that?
I'll show you by demonstration. Look.
Wonderful.
Don't you see? We've only to increase its power and range.
By George, yes. It'd cut a hole in the side of a battleship. Oh, bring it along, Professor. If you don't mind, I'd like to look it over.
You can't alibi your bungling that way. Go out and get Stanfield.
Well, getting Stanfield isn't going to be easy. We could get the girl again, maybe.
All right. But remember, she is not to be harmed. But set a watch on her house. She may lead you to Stanfield.
I'll get on right away.
Yes, Gloria Grant speaking. Give me the editor, Mr. McDonald's line, please.
McDonald speaking. Hello, Miss Grant. You can tell Stanfield I'll pool my stock with his and help him carry on his father's fight.
Oh, that's fine, Mr. McDonald. I'm going now to see Mr. Stanfield, and I'll let you know where he can meet you. Goodbye.
All right.
Van Dorn's Electrical Laboratory, 9th and Water Streets.
He just got in a taxi and started for town.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Now let me see this famous burglar-proof safe of yours. Burglar-proof? It's bomb-proof. Come here. I'll show you. Wait a minute. If you step in there now, the door closes and turns on a chemical ray that destroys the oxygen in the air. The vault being airtight, with that chemical ray burning, an intruder could live there only a few moments.
Professor, you worry too much about intruders.
Wait a minute. It's safe now.
You sure?
Yes.
Then I'm going to put my Tribune shares away?
Go in. Put them in that cabinet on the left.
$0.60, please. Thank you.
Keep the engine running. I have an idea that she's led us to Stanfield.
All right.
Now then, I touch this button, and my vault again becomes a trap for intruders.
I've talked with Mr. McDonald, Stanley. He agrees to pool his stock with yours so you may retain control of the Tribune.
Well, that's great, Gloria. Then we've nothing to fear. I'll call McDonald at once.
Stanley! Operator, give me the police. Hold up, Van Dorn, 9th and Water Street. Come quickly.
Here's a call.
Calling car, 174. Go to 9th and Water Street. Take flight.
can get Stanfield out of the safe.
Van Dorn!
The police. Beat it. Get going, Badger, quick.
Van Dorn! Van Dorn!
Professor Van Dorn! Danny's locked in the vault!
Van Dorn!